president, I think Elon Musk believes he's president.
You're like, wait a second, like, come on, man, this is too.
Elon Musk, a name synonymous with innovation and controversy, finds himself embroiled in a legal battle that has captivated the public's imagination and sparked fierce debates across media and social platforms. The billionaire, celebrated for his groundbreaking ventures in technology and space exploration, has filed an $80 million lawsuit against Whoopi Goldberg and the hosts of The View. This lawsuit, centered around allegations of defamation and intentional misinformation, brings into sharp focus the tension between media accountability and free speech. It's a drama that has quickly transcended the courtroom, becoming a cultural flashpoint in an era where public discourse is increasingly polarized. At the heart of Musk's lawsuit are remarks made on an episode of The View that aired to millions of viewers. During a discussion about former President Donald Trump, Goldberg and her co-hosts implied that Musk, alongside Senator J.D. Vance, might be plotting a secret scheme to manipulate governmental control if Trump were removed from office. Musk contends that these allegations, presented as conjecture but perceived by many as credible commentary, were baseless and damaging to his reputation. His legal team argues that such statements not only misrepresent his intentions, but also undermine the integrity of his public persona, a persona carefully crafted through years of groundbreaking work and an unapologetically bold approach to leadership. Musk's claims of defamation and slander point to a broader issue: the unchecked power of influential media platforms to shape narratives. By filing this lawsuit, Musk has thrust the question of media accountability into the spotlight. The stakes are high, not just for Musk, but for Goldberg, The View, and the broader media landscape. For Musk, this legal action is a stand against what he perceives as a systemic problem: the proliferation of misinformation disguised as commentary. For Goldberg and her co-hosts, the lawsuit challenges the boundaries of their platform's freedom to critique and speculate about public figures without fear of retribution. Goldberg's response to the lawsuit has been as unconventional as the controversy itself. She claimed that her remarks, which Musk found defamatory, were inspired by her cat's mischievous habit of lying in wait on the stairs, a behavior she described as a lighthearted analogy rather than a serious allegation against Musk. This explanation, however, has done little to quell the backlash. Critics have dismissed the cat defense as an attempt to deflect responsibility, with many arguing that Goldberg's comments, whether intended as humor or not, crossed a line in a highly polarized political climate. Social media has amplified the drama, with hashtags like #SupportElon and #CancelTheView dominating conversations. Supporters of Musk see his lawsuit as a necessary intervention to combat the spread of harmful narratives. They argue that media outlets like The View must be held accountable for their words, especially when those words have the potential to influence public opinion on such a massive scale. Critics of Goldberg's comments point out the power dynamics at play, highlighting the disparity between the accountability demanded of individuals versus large media platforms that often escape consequences for their actions. On the other side of the debate, critics of Musk's lawsuit have raised concerns about its potential to stifle free speech. They argue that public figures like Musk, who wield considerable influence, should expect scrutiny and criticism as part of their public roles. For these detractors, the lawsuit represents a slippery slope where legal action could become a tool to silence dissenting voices, ultimately threatening the freedom of expression that underpins democratic discourse. The most contentious element of the lawsuit is Musk's claim that Goldberg's comments incited violence. One remark, in particular, involved a joke about someone tripping Trump, a comment Goldberg later clarified as a reference to her cat's antics. However, Musk's legal team argues that such statements, even if delivered in jest, can have dangerous implications when broadcast to millions of viewers. Supporters of Musk emphasize the need for media figures to exercise caution and responsibility, especially when discussing contentious political topics in a climate already rife with division. Joe Rogan, the podcast juggernaut known for his candid takes on cultural and political issues has also entered the fray. Rogan criticized The View for what he described as blatant sensationalism and hypocrisy. He highlighted the show's shifting narratives, pointing to earlier episodes where Goldberg and her co-hosts warmly welcomed Trump, only to vilify him years later. Rogan framed this shift as a calculated move, driven by political expediency rather than genuine conviction. His comments have further polarized audiences, adding fuel to an already incendiary situation. For Musk, this lawsuit is not just about personal vindication. It's a broader crusade against what he sees as a media ecosystem that prioritizes controversy over truth. Musk's supporters view his legal action as a necessary disruption of the status quo, one that could force media outlets to rethink their approach to commentary and reporting. Critics, however, warn of the potential for overreach, cautioning that the lawsuit could create a chilling effect on media outlets and discourage open dialogue. The implications of this lawsuit extend far beyond Musk and Goldberg. It raises fundamental questions about the role of media in shaping public perception, the boundaries of satire and humor, and the responsibilities of platforms with significant influence. Should media figures be held to the same standards as traditional journalists? Can public figures use the courts to push back against perceived slights without threatening free speech? These are the questions at the heart of this unfolding drama, and their answers could reshape the media landscape. For Goldberg and The View, the stakes are equally high. A loss in court could not only damage their credibility, but also set a precedent that makes media platforms more vulnerable to lawsuits over controversial opinions. Such an outcome could fundamentally alter the way talk shows and commentary programs operate, forcing them to prioritize caution over candor. For some, this would be a welcome change, a push toward greater accountability. For others, it would mark a loss of the authenticity and spontaneity that makes such programs engaging and relevant. As the lawsuit progresses, it has become a cultural touchstone, reflecting broader societal tensions. It encapsulates the divide between those who demand greater accountability from media and those who fear the erosion of free expression. Musk's lawsuit taps into a growing dissatisfaction with mainstream media, a sentiment that has only intensified in an age where misinformation and bias are hotly contested topics. The case also underscores the power of public figures like Musk to challenge traditional norms. By taking legal action against a major media outlet, Musk is signaling that he will not tolerate what he perceives as unjust treatment. Whether this move will ultimately benefit his reputation or backfire remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that Musk is not content to let these allegations go unchallenged, and his decision to fight back has struck a chord with supporters who share his frustrations with the media. This legal battle is far from over, and its outcome will likely have far-reaching implications. Whether Musk's lawsuit is seen as a bold stand for accountability or a troubling overreach, it has already sparked an important conversation about the responsibilities of media platforms and the rights of public figures. As the world watches this drama unfold, it serves as a reminder of the complex interplay between power, media, and public opinion in a rapidly changing landscape.